right in this area here.
Over the river and through the woods, to the House of Brown we go. We're getting close.
We're getting really close. Where we're headed is, well, there's a campground, there's a trailhead. It's somewhere there. That's where the falls is,
okay.
Right here.
And you think the treasure is somewhere in here?
I think the treasure is somewhere in here.
The so-called House of Brown is just one of 9 clues that Mark Howard is following on a real-life 21st century treasure hunt.
My take on it is that it's the home of brown trout.
Do brown trout
Yeah, they live in the
areas?
East Fork of the Jemez River. Yeah, they're big in there. Okay, guess it's this way.
Somewhere in this vast wilderness, there is a fortune waiting to be discovered. A chest full of gold, worth millions. It was hidden in the mountains north of Santa Fe, New Mexico, by an 80-year-old eccentric writer named Forrest Fenn. And now dozens of people, like Mark Howard, are searching high and low for it.
There you go.
All right, that was not so bad. Could it be that we're only 20 minutes into our hike and we're already lost?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm putting all my faith in you, Mark.
Here's the deal. If you're lost in the woods, follow the stream down.
But see, here's my concern.
Mm-hmm.
If we're lost in the woods, and we're here to find some hidden treasure in the woods, and we can't find our own location in the woods, what chance do we have of finding this hidden chest? But with a treasure worth an estimated $2 million, yes, $2 million, a little thing like getting lost won't dampen Mark's enthusiasm. He's been on the trail, so to speak, for months, with only this as his guide, a cryptic poem written by Forrest Fenn that contains the 9 clues, which Mark has committed to memory.
As I have gone in there alone with my treasures bold, I can keep my secrets and hint of riches new and old.
Begin it where warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown.
The entire poem appears in Fenn's memoir, aptly titled The Thrill of the Chase.
Shakespeare said it, you know, you have your entrances, you have your exits, you play your part, and you go.
And Fenn's played plenty of parts. He's a decorated war hero who flew more than 300 combat missions as a fighter pilot in Vietnam. After leaving the Air Force, Fenn moved his family to Santa Fe in the early 70s with a new mission to reinvent himself. With little more than $20,000 in savings, Fenn set up a business he knew little about, collecting and selling art. Did you have the gallery built custom, or did you buy an existing building?
No, it was an old house. I just remodeled it and added on.
Soon, Fenn's art gallery became one of the most successful and celebrated in Santa Fe, with clients like the Kennedys and the Rockefellers. He sold the gallery after 17 years.
Isn't that a beautiful little pot?
But continues to add to his world-class collection of ancient Native American art and artifacts.
The only big one that I have that's whole is this beautiful thing. It doesn't even have a rim neck on it.
And when Fenn isn't tinkering in his artifacts lab at home, he spends most of his time here, at the San Lazaro ruin, just outside of Santa Fe.
Look here what I just found. I started to pick it up, but I thought you might want to get a shot of
this?
it. Yeah.
Is this an arrowhead?
See, the wind has uncovered that. It's an arrowhead.
Wow, look at that. Fenn bought the land in the early 80s and has been excavating the Pueblo ever since. Unearthing treasures isn't simply a pastime for Fenn, it's a passion.
You know, there are millions of treasures out here, and you know, it's part of my demeanor, I think. I mean, I live for things like this. A good fishing hole, an Indian ruin. When I found my first arrowhead when I was 9 years old, I told myself, that thing has been right in that very spot for thousands of years, waiting for me to come along. That's a thrill to me.
Which leads us back to Fenn's book, The Thrill of the Chase, and the Hidden Treasure. You see, everything with Fenn is an intricately laced story. So, let's start at the beginning.
What was the genesis for writing the book?
In 1988, I was diagnosed with cancer. A 2-hour operation turned into 5, and when it was over, my doctor told me that I had a 20% chance of living 3 years.
That's when Fenn decided to write his memoir. He'd already written 7 other books, none so personal. But Fenn ended up beating the odds and surviving cancer. Still, he wanted to leave behind a legacy, not only telling his story of exploration and discovery, but challenging others to do the same. How? By searching for that chest of gold.